Welcome to the fascinating world of Washington quarter dollar coins of the United States of America. At first glance, a quarter may seem like just 25 cents. But in the world of coin collecting, some Washington quarters are worth far more than face value. In fact, certain rare dates, mint errors, and silver issues have sold for thousands, and even tens of thousands, of dollars in today's growing collector market. Originally introduced in 1932 to honor George Washington, this coin series has become one of the most collected and studied in American history. But hidden among millions of ordinary quarters are a few rare treasures that can change everything for collectors and investors. In this video, we'll explore the most valuable Washington quarters, what makes them so rare, and why the current market is driving strong demand for these historic coins. Let's dive in and see if your pocket change could be worth a fortune. Let's get started. First up, this video is about the Washington quarter dollar coin from the United States produced in 1965 without mint mark. And it is one of the most interesting transitional era coins in American coin history, because it reflects major changes in the US currency system and collector market interest. Today, the Washington quarter series began in 1932 to honor George Washington, the first president of the United States, and it replaced the standing Liberty quarter design. And by 1965, the United States was going through a major coinage transition period due to rising silver prices and economic demand for circulating coins in 1965. The United States Mint removed silver content from quarters and began producing clad composition coins made of copper and nickel layers. And this change makes the 1965 Washington quarter a key historical marker in modern coinage evolution, and it is widely studied by collectors today. The 1965 Washington quarter does not carry a mint mark, because during this period the mint marks were temporarily removed from circulating coins to discourage hoarding and speculation. And this absence is a major identifying feature that helps collectors recognize the coin type quickly. One of the most important aspects of the 1965 quarter is its composition, which is a copper core surrounded by outer layers of cupronickel, and this clad structure replaced the earlier 90% silver content, making the coin lighter and more resistant to hoarding during the economic changes of the time. Collectors today often search for 1965 Washington quarters in very high-grade condition, because most coins from this year were heavily circulated, and finding one in uncirculated or mint state condition is increasingly rare, which increases its interest in the numismatic market. The design of the coin features George Washington facing left on the obverse side, word Liberty and the phrase "In God We Trust," and the reverse side shows the eagle with spread wings holding arrows and olive branches, symbolizing strength and peace. Even though the 1965 quarter is not a silver coin, it still holds value due to collector demand, condition, rarity, and historical significance. And some special era varieties, such as double strikes off center strikes or high-grade mint state examples, can bring significantly higher prices in today's coin market. The average circulated 1965 Washington quarter is usually worth only its face value of 25 cents. However, coins in uncirculated condition can range from a few dollars to higher depending on grading quality. And eye appeal high-grade specimens, graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services, can sometimes reach values from $20 to over $100 depending on luster strike quality and market demand from collectors seeking pristine examples. Rare era versions of the 1965 Washington quarter can increase value dramatically, and these errors include clipped planchets, double die obverse and reverse, and striking anomalies, which make each piece unique and highly collectible in specialized numismatic circles. The absence of silver content in the 1965 quarter often surprises new collectors who assume all older quarters contain silver, but the year 1965 marks a turning point where clad coinage became standard, and this makes the coin an important educational example in US mint history. Market demand for 1965 Washington quarters is influenced by overall coin collecting trends, precious metal prices, and interest in mid-20th century American coinage. And while it is not a rare coin in general circulation, it becomes desirable in premium condition. Professional coin grading plays a major role in determining the value of a 1965 quarter, because certified grading from services like MS-65 or MS-66 can significantly increase buyer confidence and thus increase the selling price in auctions and private sales. In conclusion, the 1965 Washington quarter without mint mark represents a historic shift in United States coin production, And while most examples remain common in circulated form, high-grade and error varieties continue to attract strong interest and can achieve notable market value in today's collector world. Next up, the 1967 Washington quarter was produced during a very important transition period in United States coinage history, because the country had recently moved away from silver quarters into copper-nickel-clad composition, which makes this coin a key piece in modern numismatics. This coin carries no mint mark, which often confuses new collectors, but the reason is that during the years 1965 through 1967, the United States Mint removed mint marks, completely to discourage hoarding of silver-era coins, and to simplify production tracking. Even though this coin is not made of silver, it still holds strong interest among collectors, because it represents the early clad era, and it is one of the first generations of quarters produced after the silver shortage period in American coin history. The design of the Washington quarter features President George Washington on the obverse side, created by sculptor John Flanagan, and this portrait became one of the most enduring designs in United States coinage, remaining in circulation for decades. On the reverse side, the coin displays a bald eagle with outstretched wings, standing on a bundle of arrows with olive branches underneath, symbolizing strength and peace, which reflects traditional American iconography used in coin design. The composition of the 1967 quarter is copper-nickel-clad, which means it has an inner core of copper and outer layers of nickel, giving it a silver-like appearance. Even though it contains no actual silver content in terms of condition, coins from this year that are in uncirculated or extremely fine condition can attract more attention from collectors, especially when they show strong luster, sharp details, and minimal wear from circulation. Some collectors search for error varieties in 1967 quarters, such as off-center strikes, doubled die features, or misaligned dies, which can significantly increase interest and sometimes value depending on severity and visibility. The market value of a standard circulated 1967 Washington quarter is usually close to face value, but in higher grades such as uncirculated condition it can reach several dollars, and in exceptional mint state condition it may reach higher collector premiums. Rare high-grade specimens that are professionally graded by coin grading services can sometimes achieve values ranging from $20 to over $100 depending on eye appeal. Strike quality and demand from collectors. The absence of mint mark is normal for this year, so it does not automatically increase value, but it remains an important identifying feature that helps confirm authenticity and production period within United States. Mint history collectors often appreciate this coin as part of a complete Washington quarter set, because it represents the mid-transition era between silver coinage and modern clad circulation coins in American monetary history. The historical background of this coin connects to the Coinage Act changes that occurred in the 1960s, when rising silver prices forced the United States government to reduce silver usage in everyday currency, leading to new compositions. Today, the 1967 Washington quarter continues to be widely collected and studied by numismatists who focus on 20th-century United States coinage and its evolution through economic and industrial change. In conclusion, the Washington quarter coin from 1967 remains a fascinating piece of American history with modest market value in most cases, but strong collectible appeal, especially in high-grade condition or with rare minting errors. Next up, today we explore the 1977 Washington quarter dollar coin from the United States, and we focus on its history, design, condition, and real market value in the collector's world, and why many people search for this coin thinking it may be rare or extremely valuable in today's market. The Washington quarter dollar coin is one of the most familiar coins in American currency, and it has been used widely in everyday transactions for decades, and the 1977 issue belongs to a long-running series that started many years before and continued with the same classic design that collectors recognize easily. The year 1977 was a normal production year for United States coinage, and millions of Washington quarters were minted for circulation, and this makes the coin generally common, rather than rare. Even though many people today believe older quarters automatically have high value, the Washington quarter design features the profile of George Washington on the front side, and this design was first introduced in 1932 to honor the first president of the United States, and it has remained a strong symbol of American coin history for decades. On the reverse side of the coin, there is an eagle design that represents strength and national pride, and this classic artwork remained in use for many years, making the quarter one of the most iconic coins in United States currency history. The 1977 Washington quarter without mint mark was produced The Philadelphia Mint facility and coins from Philadelphia during this era usually do not carry a mint mark, which is why collectors often find the absence of a mint mark on this coin. This coin was struck using a copper-nickel-clad composition rather than silver, and this change in metal content happened in the mid-1960s, which means the 1977 quarter does not contain precious silver, and this greatly affects its bullion value because the coin was heavily circulated. Across the United States, many examples show wear from everyday use, and finding high-grade examples in strong condition becomes more interesting to collectors who focus on preservation and eye appeal rather than rarity alone in fine condition. The 1977 Washington quarter shows moderate wear on high points of the design such as the hair of Washington and the eagle feathers, while most details are still visible but not sharp. As in uncirculated coins, collectors are often interested in this coin not because it is rare, but because it represents a specific era of United States coin production, and it is part of a long-running series that many people try to complete in date sets. There is a common misunderstanding online that the 1977 Washington quarter without mint mark is rare or extremely valuable. But in reality, normal circulation examples are very common and are still found in large numbers. Today, some collectors do look for error coins or unusual varieties within the 1977 quarter series, such as striking errors off center strikes or unusual minting defects. And these rare errors can sometimes increase value significantly compared to standard coins. The typical market value of a 1977 Washington quarter in fine condition is usually only slightly above face value, and often ranges from about 25 cents to a few dollars depending on demand and condition, and not thousands as sometimes claimed. Online, even in coin auctions, most standard 1977 quarters do not sell for high prices unless they are in exceptional mint state condition or contain verified mint errors. And this shows that condition grading plays a major role in value rather than the date alone. In conclusion, the 1977 Washington quarter dollar coin without mint mark is an important part of United States coin history, but it is generally a common circulation coin, and its true value depends on condition, rarity of errors, and collector demand, rather than myths about extreme scarcity. Next up, welcome to this video about the Washington quarter dollar coin from 1984 Denver Mint with D mint mark in brilliant uncirculated condition. This coin is part of American numismatic history and continues to attract attention from collectors and investors around the world because of its design, condition, and potential value. In today's coin market, the Washington quarter series began in 1932 to honor the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. It replaced the standing Liberty quarter and became one of the most recognized coins in United States currency history. The design of the Washington quarter was created by sculptor John Flanagan. The obverse shows a portrait of George Washington, while the reverse originally featured an eagle. This classic design has remained iconic for decades and is still used in modern quarter production. The 1984 Washington quarter from Denver Mint was produced during a period of large-scale coin circulation. United States, the economy required millions of coins for everyday use, and the Denver Mint played a major role in producing quarters for national circulation. The D mint mark on this coin represents the Denver Mint facility. It is located on the obverse side of the coin near the date. The mint mark helps collectors identify where the coin was produced and adds historical significance to each piece. This coin is made of a copper core with outer layers of copper and nickel. This clad composition replaced silver quarters in 1965 and continues to be used in modern coin production, making the 1984 quarter part of the modern clad era. The production number of the 1984 Denver quarter was extremely high, reaching hundreds of millions of coins. Because of this large mintage, the coin is generally considered common in circulated condition, but becomes more interesting in higher grades. Brilliant uncirculated condition means the coin has never been used daily transactions and still retains its original mint luster. These coins often come from mint sets or carefully preserved rolls and show sharp details and strong shine. Although the 1984 D quarter is not considered rare in general circulation, some collectors search for high-grade examples or coins with special mint errors. These rare variations can increase interest and value significantly. Error coins can sometimes occur during the minting process. Examples include off-center strikes, double dies, or wrong planchet errors. These unusual coins are highly sought after and can be worth much more than standard versions. In today's market, a typical circulated 1984 D Washington quarter usually holds face value of 25 cents. However, in uncirculated, brilliant condition, it may range from $1 to $10. depending on quality and demand. High-grade certified examples, graded by professional coin services, can sometimes reach higher values especially. They achieve top mint state grades. These coins may sell for $20 to $50 or more in strong collector markets. Collector demand for Washington quarters remains steady. Because they are part of a long-running series, many collectors aim to complete full sets by year and mint mark, which keeps interest in coins like the 1984 D quarter alive. To identify authenticity, collectors should examine weight, color, strike quality, and mint mark position. Genuine coins have consistent copper-nickel appearance and sharp design details, while altered coins may show damage or irregular surfaces. In conclusion, the 1984 Washington quarter from Denver Mint, in brilliant uncirculated condition, represents an important piece of modern United States coinage. While it may not be extremely rare, it still holds historical value, collector interest, and potential worth in the coin collecting market today. Next up, this video explores the Washington quarter coin from the year 1987 with the P mint mark and focuses on its uncirculated condition and its place in United States coin history and collector interest. In the modern coin market, the Washington quarter series began many decades before 1987, and it was created to honor George Washington as the first president of the United States, and this design became one of the most recognized coin designs in American currency. By the year 1987, the Washington quarter was already a long-running coin series, and it continued to be produced at the Philadelphia Mint, where the P mint mark identifies its origin and production facility within the United States mint system. The 1987 P mint mark Washington quarter in uncirculated condition means that the coin was never used in daily commerce, and it has retained its original mint luster and sharp design details which collectors highly appreciate. Coins in uncirculated condition often come from mint sets or carefully preserved rolls, and they are stored in ways that prevent scratches, wear, or damage, which helps maintain their visual quality and collector appeal. Over time, the design of the Washington quarter features the profile of George Washington on the front and an eagle on the back in traditional style, which represents strength, freedom, and national pride of the United States. Collectors often examine small details on the coin such as strike quality, surface shine, and edge condition, because these factors influence the desirability and market interest of a 1987 P mint Washington quarter in uncirculated state. While the 1987 Washington quarter is not extremely rare in general circulation, the uncirculated versions can still hold higher value compared to worn coins, especially when preserved in original mint packaging or certified by grading services. The coin grading system plays an important role in determining value, and uncirculated grades indicate that the coin has no visible wear, which makes it more attractive to collectors who focus on condition-based pricing. The market value of a 1987 P mint Washington quarter in uncirculated condition can vary depending on demand, collector interest, and grading certification, and sometimes premium examples can sell for higher prices than standard circulated coins. Numismatics is the study and collection of coins, and it helps collectors understand historical context, mint production, and rarity factors, which all contribute to how a coin like the 1987 Washington quarter is valued today. Even though this quarter was produced in large quantities, the survival of well-preserved uncirculated examples is important because many coins from that era entered circulation and became worn over time, reducing their collectible condition. Collectors often seek complete sets of Washington quarters by year and mint mark. 1987 P mint coin is an important part of that collection journey, especially for those focusing on Philadelphia mint production history. The United States coin market today includes both casual collectors and serious investors, and coins like the 1987 Washington quarter in uncirculated condition are traded based on quality, rarity perception, and overall collector demand. In conclusion, the 1987 Washington quarter with P mint mark in uncirculated condition represents a preserved piece of United States mint history and continues to attract attention from collectors who value its design, condition, and potential market value in dollars. Thanks for watching.